Staying home and staying inside means many of us are discovering skills we never knew we had, many of them in the kitchen. For some reason, baking bread has become a big thing. Flour has been flying off the shelves and is being kneaded into dough by novice bakers across the country. Our Mike Drolet is one of them, and we asked him to explore what it is about bread and baking it from scratch that's become the perfect pandemic pastime.
There's something in the way bread makes us feel. Fresh out of the oven, a pat of butter melting in the first cut. Studies have shown the aroma of fresh bread makes us happy, kinder, which isn't a bad thing considering where the world is at right now. Even in defeat, there's a certain satisfaction at having tried.
I've been doing this since like 7 this morning, the folding thing, and it's still like this.
No doubt she did some searches online for baking. She wouldn't be alone. Google Trends shows that by the first week of April, Canadians were asking how to bake 10 times more than normal. That's when Emily Oven, okay, her last name is actually Hoven, began a popular thread called How to Make Sourdough at the End of the World, which is clearly a bit dramatic, but less so when you hear her talk about bread.
It can be like kind of an emotional roller coaster. People don't get like the consistent rising that they're maybe hoping for. But usually if you just like show up for it every day, keep feeding it, it'll be fine after a few weeks. So just keep going.
And so many of us did, with various degrees of success. For every golden, crusty loaf, there were 10 fails like this. But slowly we started to get better at it, allowing home bakers like Abtin Azarpaju to share the wealth.
But I think it's actually helping me become a bit more popular amongst my friends, because now I'll just do a big batch and put it in like a bag for a friend, and then we'll just drop it off.
Over the past century, homemade bread went from being a staple to a luxury. Let's face it, who had the time to bake before? In many ways, this pandemic has created the perfect conditions to try new things.
Isolation has taken away so much, yet it's given me 2 new family members. There's Magnus the pug, and this, a 20-kilo bag of flour. Anybody who's done any baking knows just how glorious it is.
And if I need to explain, baking ingredients, most notably flour, sold out early and have been very slow to get restocked. In fact, we reached out to some independent flour mills to talk about demand. Only one agreed to speak, on the condition of anonymity. Seriously. So we animated the conversation. I can't handle any promotion right now, he told us. I'm only filling 60% of my orders. I can't keep up. So you're running out of flour, I asked? No, he said, still stressed out. I have enough flour. I'm running out of bags. And yet, it's the run on yeast that has led to the most confusing of conversations.
How old is your starter?
My starter? What do you mean?
The starter, as Baker Extraordinaire and Food Network Canada star Anna Olson pointed out to me, is necessary for anybody who can't procure yeast to make dough rise. It's flour, water, and the time to allow it to ferment and create a natural yeast. That said, the bread I made with store-bought yeast garnered rave reviews.
So this is what I made.
Oh, nicely done. I'm impressed, Mike.
My Dutch oven loaf, so painstakingly made over 6 hours of kneading and rising and baking, has now been validated by none other than Anna Olson.
Oh, it's all about the crust, isn't it?
And what she says about her craft makes sense. Baking is a family affair. Just as ingredients measured together just so can make the perfect cake, getting the right mix of anything in a bowl is the recipe for a happy household. Young families, she says, are asking her about croissants, pancakes, waffles, and cookies.
It jumps up to making French macaron, making fondant covered cake like your wife is doing. It's that next level of decor. So there's a big leap. And if you've never baked before, starting with French macaron will be a bit of a challenge.
One worth taking on, provided the ingredients are available. But I suspect more Canadians today will rise to the challenge.